Hello everyone and welcome to All Sports Weekly episode 2. We are back this week and with me this week I have Anthony.
How are you, mate?
Good mate, how are you?
Yeah, been good.
Yeah?
Out of lockdown.
Yeah. Yeah, we were out, yesterday? So
Yeah, that's right.
this was touch and go. But no, we're all good and 1.5 metres, I reckon. Just, maybe. Mate, it's been a big week in sport. It's all happening. What have you watched this week, mate?
Well, cricket.
All in.
Yeah, no, it's been good. It's a test match, obviously. Good to see a 5-day game go 5 days.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We're all used to the Big Bash, and I think it was very enjoyable to see come down to the last hour.
Yeah, it did. It did, yeah. It was a proper test match, wasn't it?
Oh.
Had a bit of everything, bit of rain, maybe, sort of in the end Australia might have got hurt by that, but that's part of it. That's why you have 5 days. And
that's it.
And have you watched anything else, any BBL or anything, or is it just the test?
Well, apart from the test, which obviously we'll talk about, but BBL.
Yeah.
There's also New Zealand, Pakistan.
That's right.
And then
the number one team in the world.
Yeah, recently, after that win, just come up to the number one team. So that also got England tour of Sri Lanka.
That's right.
Coming up.
Where who was it? Someone from the England team tested positive for COVID.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but that's we'll get to that. But
okay.
Yeah. And I'm the same, mate. Cricket.
It's a good time to be a cricket fan.
It is. And that's why I've got you. You're my go-to cricket guy. So, because you've done it, obviously, you've played it. Your kids play it. You know about the local scene. You've watched it on telly forever.
Yeah, massive cricket fan.
Cricket.
This
is it.
Yeah, the missus
What is
about it.
It's in your wheelhouse. Oh, she got a real catch, didn't she?
Yeah, that's right. So the TV got set up pretty quick downstairs.
Yeah.
And I'm always outed.
A 5-day game with a draw. How good.
Yeah, very good.
Well, I'm the same, mate. Cricket. I did watch a bit of NFL, which we'll have a chat about as well.
Yep.
But, all right, so let's just get down to it. Now, with the cricket, I'm calling the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
This is the segment.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I know where you're going with this.
Do you? Okay. Right. So let's talk about the good.
Mm-hmm.
The good is the actual cricket itself.
Yeah.
How good? What a series! What a game!
Yeah, I think.
Are you disappointed?
No, I'm not. Funnily enough, we didn't get the first test, and as it turns out, we're going to get the decider. So,
That's true.
So roll on Friday, I say.
Yeah. So what do you think of the actual third test itself? Like, were India just too good on day 5? Did we blow it?
Yeah, no, I think
we batted a lot better.
Yeah.
Where did it all fall?
I think you're exactly right. India too good day 5.
Yeah.
Just batted too well and showed what it means to play a test match and have your character tested when it matters for the team rather than individual performance.
A bit of ticker, that's for sure.
Yeah. So I think we only took 3 wickets on the last day.
Yeah.
And I think 111 overs? No, sorry.
Yeah. And we didn't, once it got to Fifer, we didn't look like getting them. I mean, I know they had a couple of,
chances.
Ones they skied that went to ground and that, but can you honestly say that we looked like getting them another 5 wickets? I don't think you can.
No.
Look, so you got to get 20 wickets to win a test, right?
Yep.
So Sydney spinning wicket. I know it doesn't turn like maybe it did in the day, but it is, if you're going to be a spin bowler in Australia, that's the one.
Predominantly Sydney's the one.
So Nathan Lyon in innings number 1 got a none for about 90.
Yeah.
And in the second innings he did get 2 wickets. But I'd say 2 wickets for a spinner in a test is insufficient.
Totally.
And Stark, I think, got 1 or 2 wickets for the whole test as well.
Yeah.
Stark didn't look good. Cummins Hazelwood, great. Do you think we bowled the part-timers enough? Did we bowl Labuschagne, Green? I don't know. God, Smith doesn't seem to bowl anymore, but...
No, you're right. I think if we go back a few years ago to Michael Clarke in India...
That's right. And that was in Sydney.
Well, put the part-timer on, someone they're not used to, hope for a bit of magic. Obviously the wicket did a lot on that day, but...
different pitch.
Yeah, I think we bowled too much short stuff and not enough balls hitting the wicket.
Yeah, I think there was that graphic. I don't know if you were
I
watching.
did see it.
Yeah,
And
it's like backing them up. Okay, but that's generally the plan to then go for the wickets, and they're on the back foot, and we just didn't do it. Did
no.
we?
Well, if you're going to bowl body line, like at the body, and
Yeah.
try and get a bit of this happening.
Yeah.
I think we just lost our heads a bit in the last couple of hours, and whether it was drop catch by Tim Payne, even if he caught that with such a limited time to go,
we're going to chat about him in a minute.
Would have changed the game at all,
Kerry O'Keefe said we went upstairs more than a maid from Downton Abbey. Did you hear that one?
Kerry would know.
Yeah. Okay, so going back to, we win the toss, we bat.
Yep.
Pekowski.
Yes.
Thoughts on Pekowski?
Oh, what a great innings! I thought it was really good, and
he rode his luck a little bit though.
Yeah, he did have a couple of chances. You need that in the big stage. You need a bit of luck to get a good score, and I think he batted really well.
He's an impressive looking unit.
He is,
because I've heard about him a lot, seen highlights on the news, but I've never really watched him. But I'm going to be a bit of a killjoy, okay? Yeah. as I am known to do. I look at, he's a pretty tall fella, and that front leg, which looks huge, seems to be right in front of the stumps, and he likes to play across the line. Now, he got away with it for a while, but I'm looking at this big front leg planted down, and I had Watto flashbacks. Now, I know we talked about Watto last week. I will get over talking about Watto at some point, but I had Watto flashbacks. Yeah, no. And he did get out LBW in the second innings. I just feel like, he's only young, but he's got LBW written all over him.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, look, that's what we all saw. And the people, whoever are coaching him, will get that out of his game.
Yeah.
And being such a young fella, he'll come good. And he played glorious cricket shots and looked the part.
He's good. Like something about him, watching him, it makes you feel good. I don't know what it is.
I don't know if it's the tash or the,
the mullet.
The long hair.
Something about it. I was happy.
Yeah.
He did get hurt fielding, and it looks like he might be in doubt.
There's sweating on it. It's I read a little bit of a little dislocation. It's only a very minor.
Like a sublux or something.
Yeah, that's it.
So if he doesn't play, I don't think he's playing Gabba. I don't think so. I could be wrong there, but that's what I heard.
Yeah.
So now we're back to, what do we do? Joe Burns is out of the... Yeah. I don't think you can bring Burns back in.
No, well, Marcus Harris will be the replacement.
Harris?
Yeah.
He's in the squad. Does Head come back in?
No, I don't
And then you bring Wade up?
Wade will come up.
Because Warner likes Wade. And
I know, yeah. Well,
he likes Burns too, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think Marcus Harris will slot in there before Travis Head comes back into the side.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, but I'm backing him in to make it for Friday.
You're backing Pekowski to play?
That's it. Yep.
All right. Okay, well, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I think it'd be good.
It'd be good if he can. Yeah. They won't play him if he's not right, though.
Well, you've got to pass the fitness test. I mean, Warner, at the moment's par 90.
Yes.
And they put him in, so...
Yeah, that's true.
He
didn't look comfortable.
That's right. So
now, Smith returned to form. 131 run out. Yeah. And then he got, I think, at 80 or something. Yeah. He's back.
Yeah.
He had a huge drought of 2 tests.
Yeah.
That's right. I think the batsmen held up their end of the bargain in this test. They scored enough runs.
Definitely enough runs.
Yeah. I feel like, and with Labuschagne chiming in.
Yeah, 60
Green with the cheeky 50.
Yeah.
I like Green. I think he's one for the future.
Put the captain hat on him now.
Put it on him now. Well, I was ready to call him the captain after 2 games. So we're you're singing to the choir there, mate. But I like Green, but we just didn't bowl well enough, in my opinion. Well,
combination, bowling well enough, and also rearguard action from India
and punt.
Yeah,
mate, that guy. Yeah. He's going to be a thorn in our side for a while.
Yeah.
Just when we got rid of Dhoni, who was a thorn in everybody's side, including in Australia.
That's right.
This guy's got a bit of ticker. He loves the banter. He's not the best keeper in the world, but his batting makes up for it.
That's right. He's there for the batting.
He likes the niggle. We like to niggle him. He doesn't mind it. Obviously got that hit in the elbow in the first innings. There was a bit of talk, will he play, will he won't, whatever.
Yeah.
Comes out, he deserved 100. It was a cracker. I mean, he got 97, I believe.
97.
What an innings. And Pujara there, just, making us all, fall asleep. Oh. And then he just comes along, bang.
I think my nana would throw a ball at him and he'd block it.
Pujara blocking Nana Lambro.
That's right.
Yeah, probably. But that's what they needed too. They needed to bat. Yeah. Pujara did his job. Pant did his job. They played well. And I just feel, Kohli's gone home. They're in Australia. There's a lot of COVID stuff, which we'll talk about in a minute. We had them by the short and curlies, and I feel like in years gone by, India capitulate there.
They do.
They've got a bit of ticker, and that's the good.
Yeah.
And I know we haven't lost at the Gabba since World Expo.
Yeah.
But this is a game. There's a game on here.
Yeah, no, India, before Pant got out and Vihara got the hamstring tear, they were going for the runs.
And then it was
game on.
They were trying to win.
Yeah.
Which I love the mindset.
That's right. And, so that's the new India, and I think...
Is that the limited over?
No, I just think it's the new India in terms of they turn up and they're ready to play. They play the ball, not the man. And it's all for the team.
They feel like they can win.
Yeah. There's a bit of talk also about the new captain. The players are responding better to him than Kohli, which I think is pretty interesting.
And his captaincy looks good.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between being the best batsman and the best captain, isn't there? Like, I thought, Ponting, one of the best batsmen we've ever had.
Yeah.
But his captaincy, at times, I was like, meh. Michael Clarke, half as good of a batsman, but probably a better captain.
Yeah, you can't have it all, can you?
You can't have it all. Well, maybe, I don't know. But when Kohli went home and they got beaten in the first test, I think we just thought, we've got these guys, and it's not, I know Gabba. I think I could be wrong, but I think it's the fortress now, because after Australia beat the Poms and Edgbaston, I think that was the record. We haven't lost there in years. How do you see the...
I think we're definitely going in favourites, especially with India's long list of injuries.
That's the thing.
I think I read today that Bumrah's out.
Right.
He did a groin strain while he was fielding, so we're looking at...
the bowling stocks are looking a bit...
Mohammed Shami, he's already on the way back.
The pitch won't do much for Ashwin, you wouldn't think.
No. Oh,
it'll be a big toss.
He'll still bowl well because he'll get a good bounce.
If India would love to win the toss and bat, they would love it because
runs on the board.
Yeah, because if Australia do win that toss at the Gabba, bat and get 400, 500, but
it's tough coming back. It'll be the draw. That'll be the mindset then. And
there is a bit of weather about though. Right now,
it's seen the forecast.
But there is.
What are we looking at, Hawkeye?
We're looking at pretty good weather as a whole, like Sydney, I think. I think they will lose some time at some point with weather.
Yeah.
If it's enough, we'll see. But it's, bring it on, mate. Bring it on. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm going.
You going?
Yeah, on the Saturday.
I'm open to go, but it's complicated. Let's not go there. I thought I was going every day. Now we'll see. But looking forward to it. Yeah. So that's the good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the bad.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a soap opera that follows the Indian cricket team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You got the cricket. Cricket's fantastic. Now, you got some players that break the quarantine bubble. Go out and got a succulent Chinese meal, I believe. Right? Including some senior players like Pant. I think there was, I forget, I think it might have been Jadeja. I don't quote me on that. But there wasn't squad players. They were main players. In full view, posing for photos with the public and so forth. So they have that. Now, I understand they're away from home. They're, you know what I mean? Like, what's being asked of the athletes today to make the sport happen is more than they've ever had to deal with. I can certainly sympathise. Yeah. Having said that, that's the way it is, and that's just the way it is.
That's what they sign up for.
That's it. They have agreed to that. I'm not as sympathetic to them breaking that as, you know, I've been a bit disappointed with what I've seen on the telly over here. People are like, oh, well, you know, they've been away from home. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sure. But, I mean, India's had more than 10 million COVID cases.
Yeah.
and that's only the ones they know about.
Sure.
So those guys know what
what's on the line. And,
what's on the line. It's their jobs. It's the whole series, but it's also people's lives. If you want, that might be a bit hyperbolic, but it is. You know, this is serious stuff.
Well, for the top players, being on so much coin. It's
big money.
Yeah.
And look, so I think it's disappointing that they did it. Then you've got just when the fire came down on them, just their attitude is just like, well, you know, hey, it's like in India they just get away with blue murder, don't they?
Yeah.
And Australia's been accused of being arrogant in the past, quite rightly. But these guys like Ravi Shastri, sorry, your mate, your best mate.
Yeah, no, we've had a couple of run-ins.
Yeah, I mean, he walks into day one of the test with no mask on.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Just walks past everyone.
On your Ravi.
Everybody wearing a mask. Every player, everything. He walks in.
Not a care in the world.
Yeah. Almost daring you to send him home.
Yeah.
You know, he'll take the team with him.
Yeah.
And that's where they've got you, isn't it?
Well, that's what puts it in
their
jeopardy.
Arrogance and so forth.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't want to dwell on it too much because it's a great series, but no other team in world cricket bring this drama, you know. And I'm going to put my tin hat on here, you know, conspiracy theory. There was a lot of talk about the Gabba test. Forget COVID for a second, just they're not going to come.
Yeah.
They're not going to come. Now, the quarantining conditions that they have to endure here in Brisbane are exactly the same as Sydney. There is no difference. So that's a ridiculous argument. There's no difference. The people are like, oh, well, there's this talk and that. I'm going to say the C word, conspiracy. The southern states love whipping up stuff about the Gabba test.
Yep.
This is not just this year. It's just, you know, oh, the Gabba needs a refurb. The crowds are down. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Every year it seems like the Gabba test is this commodity that's just shopped around of like, will we have it, will we won't. Yeah. There was this rubbish just a couple of years ago where the crowd's being poor for this day-nighter against Pakistan. I did some homework. It was exactly the same crowd numbers as when they had the day-nighter against Pakistan in Adelaide. It was just no difference at all.
Yeah.
So it's like when India say, we're not going to the Gabba, right? Which turns out they didn't even say. I read a Fox Sports article said the ICC have written a letter, they were stating this as a fact, have written a letter to say we will not go to Brisbane. Now I read that on Fox Sports News. And I know it's hard to believe people, but a Rupert Murdoch publication told a lie. But that didn't happen. There's just this swell of like, well, they're not going. Well, that's not India saying that. All of a sudden, I'm listening to the ABC, they're like, oh, well, we could have a pitch here and we could have another one there and you could use this pitch. And they're starting to have this really long, protracted conversations about how we'll have another test in Sydney. Yeah. Remember that there was some talk that they shouldn't have any tests in Sydney going into it. Well, now they're going to have 2. Yeah. How about this? No, you've agreed to play a 4-test series. The Gabba is part of that. And why don't you honour your contract? Why are we Why do we find it so hard to say, well, no? Yeah. Like imagine we go to India and we say, no, we're not going to play at Madras. I mean, the Wallabies should never play at Eden Park again. That's right. You know what I mean?
No, not going there.
No, we'll play at Cardiff and we'll play at we're not going to Headingley. Yeah. You know, well, what do you think about all this?
Yeah, I think there might be something in that. Obviously, not much success there in history and not a happy hunting ground. Call it the fortress, call it whatever. But yeah, and obviously for them, knowing the injuries they have with their bowlers, 2 of their frontline pace attack.
It doesn't suit them.
No, heading into the Gabba, they needed Shami, they needed Udesh. So lose those 2, plus Bumrah now. Yep. The stocks are pretty dry.
Yep.
And
they're limping in, aren't they?
Yeah, and then we've got Mohammed Siraj, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about him.
Yeah, seems to take offence if someone sneezes.
Well, yeah, that's coming up, yeah.
So, yeah, I think that obviously for them, it's with being depleted of their normal team. That was
they don't want to come here.
Been cooked up.
So do you think that, like, they don't want to come here because of the actual ground?
Yeah. It's one way to look at it, but also the other side, to back up what I was saying before about the new India, I mean, they have that no fear now. So, you know, I expect them to turn up, and really have a good crack.
I do too.
You know,
but I just feel like they just feel like their level of power in the game is just that they've almost drunk the Kool-Aid where they think, well, we can tell you, because they know that if they go home, if we play hardball with them and they all got on a plane and left, the money that we lose.
Oh look, yeah, Ravi Shastri is someone who.
But at some point, Cricket Australia have to decide. You know,
well, we're talking Test match and international cricket. Not a hit and giggle.
Yeah, but you can't mid tour start to go, oh, we don't really like it up there.
I know. Well, no, that's right.
You know. And so anyway,
I heard the plane. They're booked to leave the night of the last day.
Yeah. Well, so, let's hope that they've got a day of rest in it.
I heard they come out. They've been in quarantine since late August last year, so perhaps that's playing into a little bit. They're a little bit sensitive at the moment.
Oh look, they're going through a lot. They're away from home. I get all that, but you know, I was really put off by all that. Not just their comments, but also the Australian and Southern States' readiness to go, okay, cool, we'll have it. You know, that's not right.
Well, and we've got to get out there and we've got to have 20,000 turn up for every day. And
well, that's right. Well, COVID's going to be but we should need to fill whatever we can have.
Yeah.
Just remember, when they beat us out here a couple of years ago, we did not play at the Gabba and we lost the first time ever out here. The first test, which would have normally been at the Gabba, was in Perth and we got beaten. And with Coley not here, I wonder if he's just a bit of authority that reins a few of these younger players in, not here.
Yep.
We don't know that for sure. But that's the bad. And the ugly is obviously the racism.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some really strong stories in the paper about the people who were involved saying nothing was said, and that they're really vehemently denying it. Shiraz, I said it now. Shiraz, it was called Shiraz.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Maybe he just got the shits.
Yeah.
Excuse my French. Not sure.
Yeah.
We never want to be making excuses. If there's... It happened 2 days in a row. That's the thing too. And if there's any of that in the ground, they should ban them for life and get rid of them.
Totally.
We can't go back to the old... You remember what Andrew Simons had to endure?
Yep.
So I'm heartened to see India taking such a hard line. But there's an Indian fella who went up to the cops today in the paper who was saying... you saw that?
Yeah.
He was just trying to explain that nothing was said. And they kicked him out too.
Yeah.
So somewhere in between racism and just...
banter.
He
said it was nothing more than a bit of cricket banter.
And Shiraz has just bowled and got hit for 6 twice, and apparently they give him a bit of love.
Yeah.
And he's pulled the race card. Now, if they said something racist to him, we don't know. It's really murky, and it's hard for Australians to have that chat because we're so, you know. But maybe it was a misunderstanding. But I feel for everybody involved, and it was just ugly. Yeah. And that was the ugly, and we just hope that that's just the end of that. So
there's no place for it.
The good, the bad, and the ugly, and bring on Friday, the 4th test.
Yes.
And I'm going to be there, hopefully, and hydrating very well.
Fingers crossed, Bukowski is as well.
Okay. So, quickly, we'll move on to the NFL. Now, the NFL playoffs were this week, and, mate, they were awesome. Okay. So, 4 games. The Bills just snuck past the Colts, which was a bit of a tight one because
27-24.
Yeah, I actually feel like the Bills can win it all, but they nearly got done. Yeah. Now, my beloved Rams here stuck it up. My good friends from Seattle. One of the best defensive performances you will see. I mean, it was amazing. Yep. We were injured. We got broken ribs. We got hand surgeries. We got knees. We got the lot. Smashed them.
Yep.
Ran it.
Backs against the wall.
Boom. Now, there's this fella that's new on the scene called Tom Brady. I don't know if you
sounds familiar.
Yeah. He took his Buccaneers to a 31-23 win over Washington, and just a fun fact, that is his 31st playoff win himself.
Yeah, okay.
Before the game, he'd won 30. They added up the whole players from the rest of the team, and it was 29. He personally has won now 31 playoffs.
Yep.
They'll go on to next week. We'll have a chat about it in a minute. The Ravens, who look pretty good to me, beat the Titans, and the Saints had way too much for the Bears.
Yep.
So what that is now, we're coming along. The teams that have had a week off have come back, and we've got 8 teams remaining. Now, this is it, the wild card round. The Colts and the Bills. Oh, sorry, what am I doing? Sorry. Wrong week. week. That's wildcard week. So, yeah, my beloved Rams have to go to Green Bay. Now, Green Bay, great team, had a week off at home. Rams beaten up. The smart money would be the Packers, but I've just got a feeling.
Going to travel well.
I've got a feeling, man. I've got a feeling.
Yep.
The Ravens and the Bills promises to be amazing to me. Like I said, I think the Bills can go all the way. But the Ravens are just, there's something about them. They've got this guy, the quarterback, Lamar Jackson. He's just a weapon. If he plays well, they win. The Browns. Now, we're going to talk about the Browns. I've kept them to last. Now, the Browns play the Steelers, right? Now, for those of you who don't follow American football, the Browns are the team that lose every year. The Steelers are the team that beat them every year. So, they played the Steelers last week. 28-0 at quarter time. They were winning. They hadn't won a playoff away since 1969. None. And they hadn't won a playoff at all since 1995.
Right.
They are the worst team. I mean, there's like generational losses.
Sure.
For them to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, that's just like, get some.
Yep.
They now go and play the much fancied Kansas City Chiefs. I give the Browns a chance. The Browns coach had COVID. He wasn't even at the game. I mean, they had no practices. COVID running wild in that team. Still won. And then Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady goes up against the New Orleans Saints, Drew Brees. Drew Brees 41, Tom Brady 43. Mate, get out the bloody pensioner card. That's going to be a cracker. I mean, in my opinion, the Buccaneers don't match up very well against the Saints. I feel like the Saints should probably win, despite having Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But any team with Tom Brady's a chance. Thoughts?
Well, yeah. I agree 100%, mate. Yeah, I'll back them in as well.
Mate, looking forward to it. Sunday, Monday, Australian time. Yeah. All 4 games I'm looking forward to. They really are good. I really feel like that's going to be good. Now, just before we file off, mate, we're going to talk a little bit about the round ball game.
Yep.
EPL, or English football as a whole, 45 players tested positive to COVID this week.
Wow.
And the league rolls on.
Yeah. How many teams is that?
Well, there's 20 teams in the actual EPL, and then there's the broader, divisional competitions.
Yep.
FA Cup was this week where multiple divisions all play. We also had the League Cup semi-finals. So the League Cup semi-finals, Tottenham were too good for the Brentford Bees, and then my beloved Man U came up short against Man City, which we'll gloss over and not talk about. That final won't happen until the 25th of April. The FA Cup third round happened. Obviously one of the best weekends, everyone playing everyone. A lot of good results. The 4th round draw has been drawn, with 32 teams still left in the draw. The highlight is Manchester United has drawn Liverpool at Old Trafford for round 4. That will be tasty. But there's a broader conversation about, with so many players testing positive and so many people moving around in that country with the lockdown and everything, should they be doing it?
Well, yeah. I mean, how does it affect the team in terms of numbers and players? Obviously,
Aston Villa.
If teams lose so many of their top 5, for example.
Aston Villa had their under-21s the other day playing. So
test out the depth of the club.
But when you're asking everyone to stay home and lock down, and then these guys are getting around. Now it's okay if they're in some sort of bubble, but they've got COVID and they're giving it around, spreading it around. There's even European games. It's just like it's almost just too big.
They just got to get on with it.
I understand there is an argument that the morale is improved, but for people locked in, they get to watch the footy. Mm-hmm. But oh man, it wouldn't happen here.
No way. It would just be called off. So.
It would. We've had 2 cases here in Brisbane and we nearly lost the test. But
yeah, that's it. Right.
Yeah. All right, mate.
Yes.
So that's episode 2 wrapped.
Yes.
How do you feel, mate?
Yeah, good, mate.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You just saw it coming, and you just straight back, just like
didn't let too many go through. But so much more to talk about in terms of cricket. Maybe next week can feature cricket as well.
Well, next week we'll feature cricket. That'll be the wrap up of the 4th test, and we'll
get a bit of BBL in there.
Yeah, if we can.
Get the heat.
So everyone, we're now on SoundCloud. So if you're looking at us and you're thinking, I don't want to look at these guys, I'm going to have a link in the description for SoundCloud. So we're on YouTube and SoundCloud, and I'll try for some other stuff down the line. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.
See you later.